So, Phyllis, are you even having some trouble with your husband?
Oh yes, it's just dreadful. I don't know what to do. We had such a great time together, you know. We haven't had very long, but we did have a good time. And look what's happened to him. He's just, he says the most awful things.
So it's a really difficult thing for you to deal with at the moment. You can remember the good time that you've had together.
Oh yes.
And now you're actually faced with something quite different.
Something that's quite new to me. I'm not used to people like this. I can't manage people like this.
So when you're saying you can't manage people like this, is managing people, has there been other sorts of people that you felt okay about managing?
Well, my sister was terrible. I tell you what, I worked with her, with that one. We had a meeting with the vicar, and he took me aside afterwards and said something about that when things like this happen and you can't do anything, you just have to accept it. And I found that helpful with her, but I'm not finding it helpful with Ian, not at all.
So the advice of the vicar to accept something helped with her.
Yes.
What do you think's different about the situation with Ian?
Well, I guess he's been so good. He really has been. He's been very good and kind and lovely man. You wouldn't call him that now. And you never know where you are. I mean, he gets cries about the fact that I won't have him to live with me, and then the next thing I hear, he's raving about how wonderful it is in his new way he's living.
So it sounds like there's quite a lot of things you're talking about there. One, you're saying that part of what makes it hard is how lovely he has been. And then you're also talking about it being actually quite confusing, the things he's saying, that it's hard to make sense of what he's saying. That in one sense he seems really wanting to live with you, and in the other sense he's saying how terrific it is there. So there's quite a sense of confusion.
Terrible confusion, that's absolutely right. Well, you'd think he doesn't appear to be confused. He muddles, as I say, between being dreadfully sad and unhappy, and then full of the joys of life almost. I don't know. I do things. I mean, he comes down to see me under there. The other day, I went to make morning tea when he was there, and I had to go through to another room to get that straight. And when I came back, he'd gone. He'd just gone.
So it's all very unpredictable.
Oh yes.
Because the other thing I'm wondering too is that, because one of the things I'm thinking about, you've talked about how lovely he was, and I'm wondering whether part of it is not just how hard it is now, but also about missing the man that you so value living with.
I certainly do miss him. I managed for so long on my own, and I managed well. But now, well, I guess I'll be able to, but it's awful. Really awful.
It's awful doing the managing, having the confusion, and missing him.
Well, I can't do the managing. I mean, I can't do anything about him. And I am missing him terribly. I'm missing his... Oh, he was always very intelligent man, and he was so good to me.